Hello, it's your boy, Slasper May, and today we're going to UFC 312 predictions. But before that, let's give a moment of silence to Kenya Okoye. Okay, so first fight, Park Hyun-sung versus this guy who has tattoos. To be honest, I don't know who these guys are. I think Park Hyun-sung maybe was on that Asia Dana White Contender Series show. Not Dana White Contender Series, that Asian Tough. But because he's undefeated, I'll just go with him. Next, Kwailan Sol Killed versus Anshul Jubilee. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I'll just go with Anshul Jubilee. But I'm supporting Anshul Jubilee this fight. I want Indian to prosper in the UFC. Next, Kevin Gisette versus Jonathan Mikhailov. To be honest, I don't know who Jonathan Mikhailov is, but Kevin Gisette, he's a good fighter. And his last fight was against Brian Battle, where he lost France. But Kevin Gisette, I think, before he gassed, showed he's a better technical fighter than Mikhailov. And if Kevin Gisette just makes some tweaks in his game, he could actually become a problem and a top contender. So I'll go with Kevin Gisette. Next, Zhu Rong versus Cody Steele. I don't know who these guys are. I'll just go with Cody Steele. Next, Colby Thick Knees versus Alexandra Topuria. Who I actually need to start researching, but I've never watched Colby Thick Knees fight before. He's one of Volkanovski's sparring partners, and this is Alexandra, and this is Ilia Topuria's brother who's fighting now. So I'm gonna go with Ilia Topuria's brother. He does look pretty good, even though he lost one fight. It was against a guy who was like 2 weight classes above him and was earning his career now. And I do think Alexandra Topuria, like, obviously he's been working with Ilia Topuria, so if Ilia Topuria is looking so technical, then obviously his brother's gonna like learn the secrets to how to become a UFC champion. And also seeing through some of Alexandra Topuria's fights, he has some of the qualities which Ilia Topuria has. Even if he's a worse version, that is a very good sign to become a top contender. So I'll go with Alexandra Topuria. I'll go with I don't know, second round submission. Next, Wang Kong versus Bruno Brazil. Wang Kong lost her last fight against some Brazilian woman, and Bruno Brazil beat Molly McCann last time. They're both the same height, but I think Bruno Brazil will be able to keep the fight from a distance. I don't know, and Wang Kong will have to find the inside, which I think will be hard for her. So I'll go with Bruno Brazil decision. I hope Wang Kong wins. Next, Tom Nolan versus Borshev. To be honest, I don't really know who Tom Nolan is. Well, I think I have seen him probably fight before. And, yeah. I think Tom Nolan, he has 11 centimeters of height advantage. 191 centimeters for lightweight, that's actually pretty crazy. So I'll go with Tom Nolan. Next, Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I think Jack Jenkins is a very bad stylistic matchup for Ilia Topuria. I made a video on that. So I do think Jack Jenkins will become a top contender. He just needs to get given those fighters to get him to the top of the into like the top 15 area. To be honest, I don't even know who Gabriel Santos is really, but I don't know what ranking is. It seems like Jack Jenkins really isn't like getting good fights, which will bring up the rankings. But I think Jack Jenkins will put on a leg kicking masterclass, and I'll go a round 3 TKO for Jack Jenkins. Jake Matthews and Francisco Prado. I don't know when was the last time Jake Matthews fought, but Francisco Prado was the guy who fought Zell Huber in that in the UFC sphere. I mean, the statement was great, but the quality of the card was ass, but the fights were kind of good. I'll go with Prado. Next, Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato. I don't know who Rodolfo Bellato is, and Jimmy Crute, his past few performances have been stinky. He's gotten KO'd a few times and lost fights. But I don't know. I guess I'll go for Jimmy Crute win if I could, why not? Next, Justin Tafa versus Tyson Teixeira. I'm gonna go with Tyson Teixeira because in the Dana White Contender Series he looked pretty good, and also he's gonna have that 18 centimeters of height advantage. And I think, and if he's able to use a teep and really keep the distance, he can really pick apart Justin Tafa, who is quite a heavy Samoan. That's like, it's a double-edged sword being Samoan in the UFC, like being one of these big Samoans, is because you have crazy power, but closing the distance on a taller opponent will be hard because you're so heavy and stuff. It's going to be hard to actually close the distance, especially if a guy like Tyson Teixeira. So I'm going to go with Tyson Teixeira. But Justin Tafa, if he lands one good meaty overhand on you, is over. Next, Weili Zhang versus Tatiana Suarez. I don't really watch WMMA, so don't really remember seeing Tatiana Suarez fight. She's undefeated, it looks like. But I'll go with Weili Zhang, why not? And finally, probably the event we've all been waiting for. Well, actually, we haven't been waiting for because we really want Dricus Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Sean Strickland cries on Twitter and gets a title shot. We shouldn't reward that behavior, especially the fact that you don't want to have it in UFC Africa, and was saying that the fight should only happen in America. We shouldn't be awarding fighters for crying and gaslighting the fans into a title shot. But Dricus Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland, I'm gonna go with Dricus again. I think Dricus has feeling out Sean Strickland's style and isn't gonna like have to take a round to lose in order to adapt to Sean Strickland's style. So Dricus Du Plessis is gonna be more aggressive from the beginning, and that's gonna catch Sean off, and then that's gonna allow Dricus to land more shots. And yeah, Dricus Du Plessis can adapt his style for the rematch to get a better performance, but Sean, he's gonna do the same thing every single time. Sean's gonna basically do the same thing every single time. But Dricus, I think will come in as a different fighter, have a different shot selection, which will help him in the fight. And yeah, I'll go for third round TKO for Dricus, because that's what Dricus has been predicting. And whatever his coaches try and tell him to do, Dricus doesn't implement. So yeah. Also, Dricus has the wrestling advantage, and I think Dricus should also wrestle more in this fight if he really wants a easier path to victory, because Dricus was able to get Sean Strickland down pretty easily, especially with the trips. Dricus has very good judo trips, and that was giving Sean problems. Sean was able to get up, but I think Dricus is definitely gonna implement wrestling. He's basically been alluding to that idea as well. And yeah. And even if Dricus is losing at the feet on some point, he can switch to the wrestling, and then when the wrestling's done, it's like that momentum of Sean Strickland on the feet is gone. And yeah, I'm gonna go with my African brother, Dricus Du Plessis. And yeah, it's a boy starts for me. I'm out.